What's up, Royals? I'm Kai. Hope you're doing well. And I told you a couple weeks ago that I still have eggs in the incubator. And guess what? Today is the day we are cutting another clutch of eggs. So stick around. You're watching Lucas Landon Royals. So yeah, Royals, we are still hatching and cutting eggs early on in the season. I had no action happen here, no locks, no eggs, and I was living vicariously through other breeders, their Instagram, their videos, their Facebooks. But now, I guess more than ever, I get to return the favor because I am still hatching eggs. And today we have a clutch that we are gonna cut, and this is a clown clutch. The female is an Enchi Blade Clown and the male is a Super Pastel Clown Hypo. So let's get on with the egg cutting. All right, so let's check out what we have. So, as always, we wanna wait until they pip. Well, not as always, but if we can. And these guys are just a couple days early. We are on day 53, and obviously we got one head poking out. Everything in here is going to be pastel for sure because the dad is a Super Pastel. We're not going to get any visual hypos in here, but they will all be het for hypo. We should get some Enchis, we should get some blades, we should get obviously those in clown and non-clown versions. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these straws and put them up onto the side. We'll lift the entire tray out, and then I'm going to cut these eggs over the perlite. Alright, so we'll start with the one that has already ruined the surprise, this little one. So that looks to be, I guess, just pastel. Maybe it could be blade. Doesn't really look Enchi from this angle. You want to go back in? There you go. Let's see if I can get this in frame for you guys. Whoa, look at all that bright color. Wow. Yeah, so definitely pastel. We can see that it's blushed out the dorsal. The cleanliness of it, I'm guessing, is blade. For some reason, I don't think it's Enchi. Maybe it is Enchi. Maybe we'll get an Enchi in here and then we'll be able to compare with this one. So let's go ahead and give you one quick look, and then we'll move on to the next one. We just give the egg a little bit of a roll, a pinch, and then a roll. That will separate the membrane inside from the shell. That way, if there are any veins, we can at least try to avoid them. But nicking them doesn't really hurt the animal. Another one, really beautiful. Looks exactly the same as the last one. All right, so this one's not going to help us identify Enchi, but maybe the head stamp might be different, because Enchi has that kind of a pinched in head pattern. That darkness in the middle looks like a dagger or a harpoon. Yeah. All right, so we got two. Let's keep going. Again, pinch, roll, snip, and just ride the scissors along the top, the inside top of the shell. Another really bright one. What's going on here? The shell is not cooperating. It keeps folding onto itself. There we go. Wow. Okay, so this one is probably just pastel. You can see how much more pattern this one has in comparison to the last two. Maybe this is, yeah, I'm just gonna say it's pastel for now. It's got more pattern. You can see all the drip marks coming down. The other ones, not as much. All right, so moving on to the next one. We got 4 more eggs, guys. This one's nice and elongated. I wonder how tough it is to get twins. Sometimes you look at an egg and it looks like super big and you think that's twins, but it just happens to be a very chunky baby. And other times I've seen people with little eggs and they get twins out of them. Tiny, tiny twins. All right, so the first non-clown. Wow. So the first 3 were clowns. I almost thought this was like a visual to visual for some reason. So this is Enchi Pastel Het Clown. Don't know if it's blade in it. Doesn't look like it based on the amount of pattern. But blade or no blade, Pastel Enchi is still beautiful. Really, really cool. Really bright. And definitely more orange. You can see that it has a lot more orange tone to it than the last 2 or the last 3 clowns that we cut open. So I think maybe the last 3, or the first 3 I should say, the first 3 clowns probably are not Enchi. Hopefully we get a Enchi, Pastel Enchi. Pastel Enchi Clown, I should say, but this one is definitely not. Another Pastel Enchi Het Clown. Man, I just want a Pastel Enchi Clown. I don't even care if it has blade in it or not. I mean, I don't even care if it has pastel in it. But because of that is a super, it's gonna have pastel in it no matter what. We got 2 eggs left, guys. 2 more. And then Christmas is over for today. Come on. So half the clutch should be clown. So far we got 3. Statistically, we should get 1 more clown. That's not a clown. But this one seems to be much more reduced than the last 2 hets. So maybe this is the 3-banger. Blade, Enchi, and Pastel. Het for clown. Very orange. Alright, we got 1 more. 1 more. Last one. Hoping for another clown here, just to meet our quota for the number of clowns. Actually, you know what? We got 7 eggs. So I guess, I mean, you can't have 3.5 clowns, so I guess our quota is kind of met already. And we have Pastel Enchi Het Clown. All right. So that's kind of interesting. The first 3 were clowns. The last 4 were hets. And I was kind of getting them out of the, cutting them in the order that they were placed in. So it's just interesting that the clowns were all grouped together and the hets were all grouped together. All right, so that's it. That concludes the egg cutting for this clutch. I'm gonna put these back in the incubator. As always, let them crawl out on their own and then give you guys an update. So it looks like the hatchlings are healthy. I'm not quite too sure how I feel about this clutch. I feel like one of those clowns should be Enchi, but I guess we'll have to wait for them to come out and have a few sheds to see, and I'll make sure to bring you guys an update. That about wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to this channel and you want to be informed of future uploads, make sure you're subscribed and ring that notification bell. As always, thanks for watching. Please share, and remember, Royals for life. Peace out.